We're going.
Now that you have done namaskar with your lagna, and ensured your lagna is now bowing down, like now we're ready for the soul. You will now go back to the Shiv Puran and you will start understanding your soul. Tasya Shambho Pareshasya Murtyastakkamayam Jagat Tasmin Vyapya Stitam Svishwam Sutremani Ganaiva. The entire creation comprises of the 8 forms of Shambhu. Shiva, which is self-created. Shambhu means the one of Shiva who's self-created. The word Shambhu is particular in this regard. Who pervade and reside in the universe like the pearls in the string. So they're interconnected. And he describes what their names are. Sharvo, Bhavastata, Rudra, Ugro Bhima, Pasho Pati, Ishanascha, Mahadevo, Murtayascha Ashtavishruta. The names are in order. Sharva, Bhava, not Bhava, Bhava, Rudra. Say them after me. Sharva,
Sharva,
Bhava,
Bhava,
Rudra,
Rudra,
Ugra,
Ugra,
Bhima,
Bhima,
Pashupati,
Pashupati,
Ishana,
Ishana,
Mahadeva.
Mahadeva. Again?
Oh, you want to again?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to change the first one here. The word Sharva, we will instead of Sharva say Sarva. I have a good reason for this, and I'll tell you later. Sarva,
Sarva,
Bhava,
Bhava,
Rudra,
Rudra,
Ugra,
Ugra,
Bhima,
Bhima,
Pashupati,
Pashupati,
Ishana,
Ishana,
Mahadeva.
Mahadeva.
They're nice names, aren't they? They do something. You don't know what it is, right? Okay. I'll change them a little bit more now. Sarvalinga,
Sarvalinga,
Bhavalinga,
Bhavalinga,
Rudralinga,
Rudralinga,
Ugralinga,
Ugralinga,
Bhimalinga,
Bhimalinga,
Pashupatalinga,
Pashupatalinga,
Ishanalinga,
Ishanalinga,
Mahadevalinga.
Mahadevalinga.
Now he says, these eight which are listed, preside over Prithvi. So that means Sarva is Prithvi, right? Jala, Bhava is Jala. Agni, Rudra is Agni. Vayu, Ugra is Vayu. Akasha is Bhima. Kshetragya, odd, we have to study this. This is Pashupati. Okay? Arka also means the sun, is Ishana. And moon is Mahadev. Can you tell me the list of planets and the forms of the 8?
Yeah, it's.
What says already done? Okay. So that means
I was just going to do it.
Sarva is Mercury, right?
Yeah.
So, Mutlu comes to you and says, I am Jupatatma Karaka. I want to talk to my soul. Which mantra should I use? Tell me which name should I use here?
Agni.
Which name of Shiva should I use?
Bhima.
No, Bhima Linga. Vayu is Ugra, Akash is Bhima. Okay? Note that down. This Kshetragya is Rahu.
Which one?
Kshetragya.
Kshetrajna.
Kshetragya is Rahu. And is Pashupati. Now you have the forms of Shiva which speak to your soul. Make sure you get the list down. So let me know when you're ready. Pause it plus 2 and more 2.
Suggest.
So, now we come to the first Rudra mentioned, not Rudra. The first Atmalinga which is mentioned is Sarva. Now, the word Sharva refers to a body, like a dead body. So we don't use that name when we are doing worship on the Atma level. Okay? Instead we use the word Sarva, which means everything. It is appropriate. We do use Sharva in different contexts. So, he says, the Shankara form, or rather, the specific Sarva form of Shiva, is the earth element, Prithvi, that manifests the universe in forms that are movable and fixed. All objects you could infer. Everything that is movable and fixed. Note the word Atmakan given and written here. It says, Vishvam Bharatsmakam. Note the word Atmakam in this and next few sloka, implying that Shiva is the 8 forms of soul in the beings. So every time he's mentioning that this is actually related to the soul. How do you see soul in the chart? Atmakarga. So that is your answer. Atmakarga.
Thank you for clarification.
Mercury in the string of beads of the 8 Atmas is what he's referring to, particularly for Sarva. And exists both in the movable and other manifestations. Every form of manifestation retains shape and is identified by this element, which manifests from the soul in one of the 8 directions. So that is why Mercury Atmakarakas are all about shape and form. These people are sculptors, architects, some type of artist also. They come from Mercury. Unless Mars is not. Form defines beauty, manifested identity, and is Nama Tattva. Everything that has form has a name. It got its form because it has a name. A sound associated with it. So Mercury is defining this. So for those of you who have Mercury Atmakaraka, this is your soul. Sarva. Venus Atmakaraka. Bhavalinga. The Bhava form of Shiva dwells in the water element, that is the life of the universe, and symbolizes the Paramatma Mana. Paramatma. The word Bhava derives from Bhava form of Shiva. The word Bhava comes from Bhava form of Shiva. So houses come from Shiva. Shiva has created the houses. He was the original Bhava. When we say the word Bhava, we are referring to a house from a sign. You can have houses which are 2 signs. Did you know that? Like in Vedic astrology, normally when we refer to 3rd house, we're referring to 3rd sign from a place. That is not Bhava, that's Bhava. Short A. When it's Bhava, it means it's independent of signs. Have you heard of Bhava Chali Chakra? Bhava Chali Chakra? It comes from it truly encompasses the word Bhava. Whereas normally, 3rd sign is 3rd house is Bhava. That's the difference. Bhava sticks to the original signs. Bhava breaks the signs. So the word Bhava derives from Bhava, form of Shiva, and is related to Venus, the Jala Tattva, which connects all the houses and establishes their interrelations. It symbolizes the Paramatma and Manas relationship, which is expressed as the Titi in Panchanga. So this word Paramatmana is a direct reference to Titi. So people with Venus Atmakarga must look at Titi in the charts. It's very important for them. By this also we get the whole concept of Titi and Titi Linga. There is a Linga associated with your Titi also, where you take the Titi and divide into 12 parts. A Titi is 12 degrees. If you divide it in 12 parts, you get 1 degree each. Each 1 degree, is a sign, and there is a Shiva Linga associated. What's up? Is it? Can you read the screen? Is that the problem?
No. I just wanted to check the previous slide.
All right.
Sorry.
Your own soul, eh? You want a minute to read your own atla? Don't worry, I'll give you the slides.
Is the phone breathing around the body?
I know mine is all about ego. That much I know.
You give me.
I wanted to do in a short.
I'll give you the slides. Sanjeevani mantra, Mrityunjaya mantra, that cures all beings and makes them animate or alive, comes from Bhava. Mrityunjaya mantra is important. It is the root of all emotions and desires.
So does it help us overcome desire?
Yes, Mrityunjaya does.
Correct? Bhava Linga. Ugra Linga, Satan Atmakaraka. Pervading both within and outside the universe. The Ugra form of Shiva causes the wind to blow. His form is fearful, hence the name Ugra, as stated by the truthful ones. He's all about the wind, all about Vayu. And the Vayu is not just the physical wind you see outside on a terrible day in this workshop place. And sometimes it subsides to make the sun nicer. It is also the wind of change in your own lives. The place in your chart, which is aspected by both Saturn and Rahu, is the place where the most change and most winds happen. That is your Vayu dosha in your chart. Similarly, you can have Agni dosha from Mars and Ketu. The sign which is mutually associated with Mars and Ketu is where you have Agni dosha. Saturn Rahu, Vayu dosha. There will always be one sign which both associate with.
What if all four associate with one sign?
Then you have both Vayu and Agni. That we call a curse.
Aspected or just cameras?
I have
Aspected.
I have Papa Kapari Ketushan.
Graha Drishti. With Ketu and Mars we have some exceptions because Ketu doesn't always associate with the same signs as Mars. So, Vayu Tattva is symbolized by Saturn. When untruth increases, he blows terrible storms that the Maruts ride. Saturn's flaw, Saturn's weakness is Anrita. Anrita, which means things are chaotic. Okay? So the Brahmins in India, they say, Ritam Vadisyami. Satyam Vadisyami. Satyam is for Mars Ketu, Ritam is for Saturn Rahu. Because Mars and Ketu will have Asat, untruth. Okay? Saturn Rahu will have Anurita, which is chaos, disorder. This disorder comes from the Maruts. And they come when they are unhappy with what's going on in the universe. They will ride when untruth increases. So there's a link between Mars and Saturn. Satyam Vadishyami Tadma Mavatu Tadvaktara Mavatu Avatu Mam Mavatu Vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Rigveda Shanti. Hanuman, Bhima and the Pandava, Bhima the Pandava, are considered Ugra avatar of Shiva, who proved to be the storm in the enemy's camp. Single-handedly, they annihilated the entire foe. They did. They are the carriers of the pranavayu, or the breath that keeps beings alive. So Ugra is not only inauspicious, he keeps you alive also. He's only negative when there is untruth. Otherwise, in the positive, he makes you breathe. The lungs' capacity to take in air. That is in the third house, by the way. Ugra connects the manifested universe to the unmanifested, Vasudeva. Therefore, the path to Rama has to be through Hanuman, or of Krishna through Radha. These are means to reach the unmanifest.
Krishna is Bhakti,
Radha enables you to reach Krishna and Hanuman enables you to reach Rama. Worship Radha, you'll understand Krishna better. Worship Hanuman, you'll understand Rama better. You'll understand how to worship. Okay. Bhima Shiva, Guru Atmakaraka.
Oh, there are a few of them in here.
Sorry? Budlu. Yes. All pervading, providing all opportunities for karma yoga, is the gigantic form of Bhima. Shiva in the sky. Bhima differentiates the elements and assigns them to their roles. Bhima Shankara is different from Bhima. Okay. Bhima Shankara is different from Bhima. The Pandava, who is instead Ugra Shiva avatar. There's a Pandava called Bhima. This Bhima is more like Bhima Shankara.
Also, if the Atmakarak is read from more influence of the Atmakarak?
Yeah.
More raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of. Not yeah. But if it's retrograding means the desires are stronger. That's what it means. Okay? Purpose of life is strong. Of the 5 forms of Shiva manifesting as Pancha Tanmatra and the Pancha Tattva, Bhima is the chief of these Tattva, as he assigns their roles and keeps them working together in harmony. So he rules all the Tattva. If he doesn't like it, he makes the Tattvas not balanced. He makes them shake also. He makes them separate. The Tattvas move away. So Bhima Shankara is responsible for keeping them in place. He gives people things to do. This power of assigning roles continues into the fixed and natural significations. That means Sthira and Naisargika Karaka, giving him the power to override premature death. So Jupiter has the power to prolong your life because he can keep the tattvas in place. Right? Venus can also elongate your life, but not by so long. Okay? Venus will give you 9 years longer. Jupiter will give you 36. It's a big difference. Being Sarva Vyapakam, he is the manifestation of Vishnu. Remember these? Soon we're going to use them in charts to understand charts. Okay? Pashupati, the Adi Devata and abode of all souls. Pashupati Shiva is the one who shatters all worldly bondages. Key. Rahu Atmakaraka feels as if they're in bondage in their own body. Guru Atmakaraka feels as if they need to control the tattva all the time. Mercury Atmakaraka, obsessed with form. Everything must have its form, its box, must be in place, organized. Venus Atmakaraka, too much emotion. Too much emotion.
And then the most perfect one, Surya Atma.
We're getting to it, we haven't learned about him yet. He's next. He is next.
Above all these previous.
I'm sure it's the worst of them all.
He's very nice. Alinga, the root word for linga means abode of all and symbolizes the universal soul. Pashupati literally means the lord of all creatures, and the 8 bondages are broken by him. So Rahu Atmakaraka is obsessed with breaking these bondages. Obsessed all the time. Break this, break that, break this, break that, finish this, end this. No, no more. Run out of your own body. That's what they're wanting to do all the time. This can be painful, shocking, and breaks all barriers and mental blocks of culture, creed, language, politics, etc. Vistilasan is born in Kenya with a mother who's from Kenya and father who's from Denmark. Moves to Denmark and is studying Jyotish from India. He's supposed to learn Swahili from Kenya, Danish from Denmark, English to ensure he can communicate with everybody else, and Sanskrit so he'll learn how to work. Culture, creed, politics. Father is born Christian, mother is Muslim, he is himself Hindu. Brother thinks he's Buddhist.
Brother is the greatest.
Her mother is Muslim?
Okay. Rahu is in fourth lord in the ninth house. Complete differentiation between father and mothers and their culture and creed and language and everything. Complete. And just to be sure that Visti would not discriminate against any other soul in this life, he marries a lady from Serbia. Just in case I didn't learn my lesson last time. Just to be sure. It's like, so you think you're special? Okay, one more.
So your Kula Devata is also not happy, isn't it?
Kula Devata,
Yes.
because it's fourth and Pakistan. Maybe. You're right. Maybe. Good point. Good point. I didn't think of it. I really didn't think of it. Madak, you never see it. So, in this form, Shiva breaks all attachments and leads to moksha. Attachments, desires causing birth are indicated by Rahu and the sign Aquarius, the natural gains house. And this is also the Badaka or obstruction to emancipation. Rahu is the Mahabadaka. He is Badaka himself. So if he goes to Pakistan, you can just imagine. So, Mantra Tattva. Rahu's own sign, or Swakshetra, is 11th. So 11 Akshara mantra should be used. His Mul Trikona is the 6th house. 6-syllable mantra can be used. You know Virgo's is Mul Trikona? Ayu's exaltation is 2nd house. So you can use 2-syllable or 14-syllable mantra. Even 36 might work. Oh, 36. No, 14 will work. His exaltation is in the 3rd sign. So 15-syllable mantra. Okay. These are different mantras. And why did we mention mantra tattva? Rahu is obsessed with mantras. He's completely obsessed with them.
So that
Because my fourth lord is in 9th house, my difference, my cultural barriers are with regards to my father and mother. Rahu is in 11th house in Sandeep's chart. So the cultural boundaries are with regards to friends. Okay. 6th lord in 11th house, right? Not a 7th lord. So there will be something with regards to spouse also. Okay.
So Rahu in connection with the 5th house
Children. Students.
and love for mantras.
Oh yes. Love mantras. Definitely. Then you become an expert at mantras also. Even if your Atma Karka is not Rahu, Rahu is in 5th house, you really be good at mantras. Ishana Shiva. Pervading the sky to brighten and enlighten the universe, like the sun, is Ishana Shiva. The word used is Sandipaya. Sandipa is the name of Krishna's own guru.
Excuse me?
Sandipayana.
Name.
Sandipayana. He is the eye of the universe, the cause of sight and intellect for insight. He alone can cause spirituality to manifest. He is the reason we're spiritual. Self-realization to occur. And the path of life to be enlightened, be it Dharma, Artha, Karma, or Moksha. A reference to his guru, Krishna's guru. Sandipani, sorry. Name is Sandipani.
So many people
Maharishi
about to.
Sandipani. The word used here to describe him is Divakara. Diva means light. You could say he's Dinakara, which means day, but that's not appropriate. Divakara means the one who is causing the light to be there. Dinakara means the one who causes the day to come, to rise. There's a difference. Just be careful with that. With Divakara, it refers directly to a devata and enlightenment. These people can get stuck in the light of their own soul. That's their problem and flaw. You're so bright and shining and bright, everything is focused on you finally. Understand? That's why we say that sun is related to ego. That is why we say it. Only reason. They should be careful that their light does not overshadow other aspects of their life. Because one of the biggest flaws of the sun as Atmakaraka is when even their own ego is so big that they will not bow down and be humble enough to take on different activities. Like, I know one son Atmakaraka, he would go to a Shiva temple, one of the major famous ones, Trimbakeshwar. In Trimbakeshwar, all those who go there are supposed to bathe in this one kunda, it's a pot, large pot. He refused as the only one, saying, no, I will not bathe in that because I think it's dirty. Maybe he had a good reason. Problem was this: if everybody else can bathe there, why can't you? Who are you that is so big that Shiva will accept you in your purity other than bathing there? Right. The pot may be clean enough. The place may be clean enough. Who are you that is so clean? Bow down. Go. Who are you that is so special that you cannot have that what everybody else has? What everybody else must experience? The light of Ishana, particularly of the sun, has to be quelled so that they realize Ishana. Because that light is really not coming from them, but from everybody else. Mahadeva. The moon symbolizes the nectar of immortality, which pervades the universe due to Mahadeva Shiva. This immortality, which is the Mrityunjaya, is not the Mrityunjaya Venus, but the Maha Mrityunjaya. Okay, it's a different level of Mrityunjaya. This, if Venus was Trayambakam Yajamahe, this would be Om Jum Sa. You heard of that?
Yes.
That is the difference. That is the difference between these two. He also gives longevity. The difference is, at this level, Mahadeva is purifying the mind. Venus is purifying the body. The body is also a temple. If it is clean, God will sit there. It's important. The whole body has to work in a way to ensure God can sit there and stay there. The mind is also important. To have your mind focused on God. Both can give longer life. As is listed here, this is the Maha Mrityunjaya and goes beyond death and relationships. Relationships, why do you say that? Mrityunjaya mantra can get you married also. Ladies are supposed to recite it to get married. Okay?
You've got a lot of homework, man.
Maha or
No, normal Mrityunjaya. There's a slight change then. It becomes Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pativedanam. Pativedanam, let me know my spouse. Who is my spouse? Let me know who he is. Okay?
Pativedanam.
You already have a spouse. Why are you writing this down?
If you have a spouse, Patiposhanam. Let him, it's not for men, it's for women. Let the spouse be comfortable in my house where I stay. Patiposhanam.
Patiposhanam for men. Woman like men. Oh.
No.
Only women recite this mantra.
Ah.
First you have to know your spouse, Pativedanam. Then when you get to know your spouse, you must ensure that he takes you out of your father's house. There's a mantra for that also. I don't remember right. Then after that, when you're married to him and stay in the same house as him, you have to ensure that he's comfortable in that house.
Maya would eagerly await that mantra from you.
So there are 3 steps to this.
How
It's
to-
okay, he
how
has like
to-
4 or 5 years.
How to leave mother's house.
Can you give me the one for leaving the mother's house? He doesn't have to be there at all.
Interesting. he beat his girlfriend now. I say you should do this mantra. It's very good. First mantra for 30 days, next mantra 30 days, last mantra 30 days, settled. Done. In 90 days, you've settled your entire marital life. You just wake up.
30 days, not 40.
40, okay, do 40.
You can do 400 if you want. Like,
I mean, I would like to see results in 7 days. I'm a bit impatient. Okay. The nectar, which is soma, is consumed by the various devata during particular tithi, which keeps them existing for a month on earth. Okay. So the soma resides in us. Even we consume it, and we can be there for 1 month. When did we first start eating this? When we were born, we got our tithi. So from that tithi to the next tithi, we are digesting soma. As the soma diminishes in the Krishna Paksha, on Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi, the moon god or Chandra rushes to Somnath, where he fed by Kali on Amavasya, he rejuvenates to the next day on Shukla Pratipad. That's when we cannot see the moon anymore. So he has to rush somewhere to hide, to ensure he doesn't die. He does this by going to Somnath.
But what does this mean? I didn't understand this.
It means the moon, when he comes to this tithi, this Krishna
Yes,
Chaturdashi, you cannot see him anymore.
Okay.
So, to ensure he doesn't die, the moon, to ensure he doesn't die, he goes to Somnath Shiva. He goes and prays to Shiva to ensure that he can survive until he becomes visible again.
So what we are doing in this time?
Well, you should be more considerate about what happens when your tithi comes back. Right? Tithi Pravesh? At that time you should do a puja so you will survive 1 more year. Because your soma will come back at this time. Once a year on your tithi.
Yes. Different days also.
It'll be different day, but it'll be the same tithi.
Indeed.
If you do a puja then, you are able to digest this soma better. For 1 year.
Which puja?
Rudra Abhishek.
Oh.
Best. How to do Rudra Abhishek? Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityor Vahi. Rudra Abhishek.
Just one more. One time.
Oh, there's another one. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. On the day, you do 10 malas. On your Tithi Pravesh, 10 malas.
Can you repeat the first mantra again?
Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityor me pahi.
Namo Rudra,
The
Vishnu.
other one?
Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityor me pahi.
The other one is Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. There's even a third variation which combines both these mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Vishnave Mrityor me pahi. I like that one the best. I like that.
that's the one you recommend also.
I recommend Namo Rudraya mostly.
Okay, then I've been very fortunate to hear
Yeah.
that.
Mostly I recommend Namo Rudraya.
I started yesterday.
I know it. It's very good.
I feel better today.
Of course, it's Abhishek. Abhishek. Now imagine this Shiva Linga here, sitting here, just do Abhishek, water. You know, cool down. That's how you do Abhishek. You don't know, you can't go to a temple. There's no pujari who's qualified enough. You don't trust them if they'll do the right puja. This, that, you're not privileged enough to find somebody who can do the puja. Alright. Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityor me pahi.
Just mantra, nothing else.
Why not? If you can get a Shiva Linga and pour water over him and say this mantra, that's great. Okay.
You mean Atmakarak Shiva Linga?
Yes, you can. That's very good. That is very, very good. Atma Karakas Shiva Linga. You can do that.
Is there a rule how many times or something else? 10 months? 10 months.
There is also Malpa Titis Pravesh.
They don't know.
Yeah.
Mati Titi Pravesh is where does it work?
Showing something?
There's only one king in the chart. There's only one king in a country, not two. There's two, there's a revolution. War. War.
Be one again then.
Only one.
Tidishi, what was the last
One a year.
Sorry, what was the
And then
last
lots of ministers.
last one? Om Namo Patakate.
Rudraya,
Just
Vishnave, Mrityur Me Pahi. That's the third one.
Thank you. There's the two glued together.
Yeah, two glued together.
10 miles.
Sure. You're sure. We do whole pujas on this day. You know, we do. Basically, whatever I want to govern my year ahead, that mantra and that puja I will do on that day.
What day? Solar birthday or Titi birthday?
Titi birthday only. Only Titi birthday for this.
When it start?
When
the
you
Titi
start?
start?
On the day which is the Titi birthday.
When the Titi start?
You can. Just do it that day.
Puri.
Like your Titi birthday will happen on a
Yeah,
Thursday.
yes.
Then on Thursday you do that puja on that particular Titi.
Pouring water or milk is differs?
Yes, water will clean the soul. Okay.
Panchami.
I have to be sure I get this for you. Okay. Water is for the soul. Curd, that's yogurt, is for Vayu. Vayu Tattva. Vayu Tattva. Curd, yogurt.
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 It's like a thick yogurt kind of thing.
Perfect.
Sugar is for Prithvi Tattva. Don't use white sugar, use brown sugar. Prithvi Tattva, sugar.
Can you use molasses also?
Or honey.
Yeah, sweet. Can.
Honey or
No, not honey.
can.
No, you cannot.
Sugar
Honey is
can.
for something else.
Okay. So how do you put it? Just in crystals or we?
Yeah, you actually what they do in India is they take rock sugar, okay, and then they take and put their hands on the Shiva and they rub it with the sugar. They really rub it, like massage the Shiva in sugar. We did that, you know.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
done it a few times.
What sugar is for which tattva?
Prithvi, sugars for Prithvi Tattva. Agni Tattva is honey. That's why that's why
I
honey
asked
is
you,
for
it
money.
honey or
Honey is for money. Honey is for
You speak sweet, you make more.
to be sure. Ghee is for Akash. Who's left?
Jala is there.
Chala, milk.
6. That goes beyond.
No, water is just. I didn't say any
Yes.
tattva for water.
No.
Just
Ah.
clean the soul.
Solely.
Water will clean the soul and get Shiva ready for you to offer everything else.
Should we wait?
That is shallow.
Bird
What
eating?
is for
You
Java?
can do it every day if you like.
No,
Yeah, you can.
but we should find a linga.
Yeah, you should have a linga Shiva.
And that's why it's unfortunate to be Guru Atmakaraga, have to get cold.
Brass.
Or brown.
I have a stone linga in my house. Can I use it?
Yeah, yeah. You use a linga that you have. When you get a better thing, you
Ghee
use
or
that
curd.
other linga. It's
No,
fine.
no, milk is
Sorry.
for Java tattva. That's the next one.
Next one is milk.
Now the order is not correct here. I should tell you that the order given is arbitrary. I have to give you the order.
Please search for the order.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
We have so many Indonesians.
What is ghee?
So let me just
No.
think for a
What
second.
is
Okay, let's
yogurt?
pause. Have to think for a second.
What is short?
Curd. What is curd?
Yogurt.
is
It's Greek yogurt. Rudra. Rudra is from the roots Rud and Ra, where Rud means to cry and includes every form of misery, and Ra is the enlightening Agni. Rudra means he on whose going away the world cries, signifying the situation following death when relatives cry. And death occurs due to the Rudra going away. Rudra also means he who has the enlightening power to wipe away one's tears. Vairagya, or the deep feeling of renunciation, is strongest at the smashana. That means the burial ground or the burning guts. Should see the burning there. And related to the renunciation that preceded spiritual growth. So Rudra carries all these characteristics.
Why is that there?
Is there no shloka there? Anyway, at least we have the indications. So a person with Ma's Atmakaraka has to learn this, to wipe away tears, to understand that which is beyond death. It's a very important facet. And Rudra mantra is very good for overcoming these issues. Charakaraka. Yeah. These 8 forms of Shiva are the Paramatma. They are beyond Atma and Antaratma, which pervades the universe, and beyond, pervades the universe and beyond. Unlike other definitions of Atma or Antaratma, which are limited to the manifested universe alone. Omnipresence is the cause of omnipotence. He is everywhere, because of which he is omnipotent also. Sarva Vyapaka, or omnipresence, is the definition of Vishnu. And by this shloka we learn that this omnipresence is the cause of omnipotence. Vishnu is omnipotent. These are also because they are also like Vishnu in everything, everywhere. Therefore also Vishnu is Jishnu, the undefeated one. If you learn about Vishnu, there's a name given Jishnu also. Because you can never defeat him. He's always the winner of anything. This makes the soul both unborn and undead. It cannot die. It has to reincarnate based on karma or get moksha. The 8 Charakaraka define these 8 forms of Shiva in the chart and state the strongest one, that is Atmakaraka, for the current incarnation as well as the role of the others. So you have been looking at your Atmakaraka, but with the other Charakarakas in your chart, hold these same Shiva names. They are also Shiva. They are just different forms of your one same Atmalinga. Just as by watering the roots of trees, branches sprout, similarly, adoring Shiva or adoration of Shiva causes the universe to expand and grow. So just by worshipping Shiva, the universe expands and grows. The material Jadatma sing the Panchakshari mantra, Namah Shivaya, and exist manifested. Yeah, this table is singing Namah Shivaya. Nice. The stone is singing Namah Shivaya. So they are singing mantras. Maharishis can hear this. You can hear what nature is saying, which mantras nature is speaking. The Jivatma sing Shadakshari mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, and grow through life and offspring. So us, we are all singing Om Namah Shivaya. The Paramahamsa sing the Astakshari mantra, Ma Shivaya Namah, and grow beyond the manifested universe. This is what Shiva says. And now something important. Kriyate yasya kasyapi dehino yadinigraha ashtamurte tinishtem tatkritameva na samshaya. What's up?
I'm not in the chair. Okay.
Whenever, and this is very important, this is going to define some important aspects of the Ashtamurti. Whenever karma is resulting in suppression, confinement, aversion. Aversion means you are going away from somebody. You are breaking your relationship with somebody. Punishment or suffering to another. Know for sure that one of the 8 forms of Shiva has been hurt and offended.
So when we suppress or punish or dislike somebody else,
Mm-hmm. Or when it happens to us. If you do it to somebody else, these 8 forms of Shiva have been offended. What can that also mean? We're quite peace-loving people, aren't we? Stepping on an ant. By mistake. Then you've also done this. So, by taking the names of these 8 forms of Shiva, we overcome that karma. Even the small karmas that we create. The big ones also. Same forms of Shiva can help us overcome.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. These 8 Atma forms are the source of the universe and are auspicious. Therefore, adoration of Shri Shiva removes the blemishes of such karma, sticking to the soul as he is the primordial cause. Only 5 slides. This is going to take me some time.
So you want to talk about something?
Ja, gå 3 kvarter. Skal vi snart spise?
It's fine.
Nej, ikke endnu. We'll take a break. We'll still take a break, 5 minutes. Then we'll start this, and I'll try to see if I can make this done.